And Lisa Kopp, also a key player for Spurs this season, started every game in all competitions for them. Ella Toone gets us underway then. Manchester United in their home strip, the red shirts, black shorts and socks, shooting from right to left. Tottenham in the white and blue. The last game of this calendar year, both United and Spurs have had brilliant first halves of the season. One of them can end this year on a high and reach the semi-final.
Yeah, I think after last week's encounter, it's going to be really interesting to see how this game turns out. We had a thrilling game last weekend. Hopefully we see as many goals this time round as well.
She got the opening goal when these sides met in the league. Bethany England, a key player for Tottenham Hotspur. 2 goals in her last 2 for Spurs as well. She's in good form this season.
She is, and it was a fantastic header last week. Proper striker bullet header, which we don't tend to see as much in the game these days. I think it's all, pretty football, but I think Tottenham had a lot of joy with that last week. Crosses into the box and players getting their heads on it. I know Samaran scored a similar goal as well, more of a looping header. But yeah, I think that could be key for Tottenham today, just utilising their wide players and keep whipping in balls into the box.
And they've got a chance to do that right now from the get-go. In it comes from Sumanen. Out by Sandberg. Back in by Spence. Still alive here for Tottenham. Nilden lifts it in, and there is Bethany England. Just off target, but it wasn't too far away.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, weren't we? Getting crosses into the box and more of a looping one there for England. It's a few headers in the box, and Claire Hunt's done really well there just to get across and keep possession for Tottenham. And it's a nice lofted ball in, and yeah, Beth a little bit on the stretch, but sometimes hard to generate the power when the ball does come so lofted. But again, good start for Tottenham. That's what you want as a striker, just getting confidence early and getting those chances off on goal.
And you can see why Bethany England asked to change sides, because Fallon Tullis-Joyce does have the sun in her eyes, low, just behind the stand. Here's Rolfer. Back to Janssen, 2 players with real European pedigree. That's the level of player that Manchester United women are signing these days. Down the line from Blundell. Turland. That will be dealt with by Toka Koga.
Both teams have started with some good energy, both looking to utilise a high press, which is good, certainly for us as neutrals watching. It's always nice to see the teams going for it, even in these cup games. I think sometimes maybe fans have the idea that the girls aren't up for it, or the teams aren't up for it, but as we can see in this first few minutes, seems like both teams are going for it and want to go for the win.
And because of the limited number of games in the competition, as I mentioned earlier, Manchester United have entered at this stage, the quarter-final stage. It's a competition where you don't really need to win too many games to actually lift a trophy.
I know, yeah, it's the new format and how things are working now, and I think it does make sense with the teams that have to play the Champions League fixtures as well. But you're right, yeah, they can win three games, and then they're in potentially win the trophy. So yeah, I think Manchester United especially have definitely got that and capable of that. So we're going to see how far they do. I think Mark mentioned at the start of the game that they haven't got this trophy yet in their cabinet. So I think definitely a competition that he'll be looking to win.
Won the FA Cup as Manchester United manager, of course. As you mentioned, though, never lifted the Subway League Cup or the Barclays WSL. Here's Ashley Neville. Shows too much of it to Rolfer. Who doesn't get the throw-in. England turns away from Sandberg. Behind for a goal kick. And when these sides met last weekend, 3-3 was the score. Tottenham went up by 3-0. United managed to claw it back, but United did hit the woodwork 4 times. Martin Ho dropping into a tactical defensive formation near the end of the game, which perhaps might have cost his side.
Yeah, I think so. I think they went to a back 5, obviously defending the lead, which is a natural thing to do, but I think by doing that, it really invited the pressure, and you could see that in the final 20 minutes that the pressure from Man United was relentless, and ultimately that's where they went and conceded goals. So I'm sure, you know, he'll probably reflect on that and maybe take a bit of responsibility for it. So I'll be very surprised if it gets to that point where Tottenham are 3-0 up, if they end up utilising the same tactic. But yeah, it was certainly an entertaining game, and I think Manchester United felt a bit hard done by anyway, with, as you say, hitting the crossbar 4 times. Maybe they felt they could have come away with certainly more than a draw from the game anyway.
Mark Skinner did say ahead of kick-off in his pre-match press conference, if we'd taken our chances, it would have been a comfortable win. And when you hit the woodwork 4 times, it's kind of hard to argue with that, really. Here comes Zigotioma for United, trying to find Turlen, but Toom was perhaps the better option.
I think Tottenham are trying to play their nice football out the back, but I think with the pressure from Manchester United, sometimes you just got to hit it longer. Good example there from Koga, and just get it up the pitch and utilise the pace they've got up front. So it'll be interesting to see whether they continue to do that with the high press from United, because already now, just in this first 6-7 minutes, they've given the ball away a couple of times due to the press from United.
Here's Sandberg, player with the 3rd most minutes in all competitions for Manchester United this season. She's really grown into her role at United since joining from Swedish side Häcken. Forward by Janssen. Here is Rolfö, making her first appearance in this competition. And she wins the first corner of the game.
Yeah, it was a real good ball initially there from Janssen, just to release Rolfö into the space, and yeah, she's done well there to win a corner. It was a good block by Koga. She did well to get across and stop that early ball coming in, but a chance now for United to get some bodies forward and get a good delivery into the box.
And they've got players with good aerial ability. Janssen, Turland, Rolfö as well. And it comes from Letitia. Fades everyone. And Jess Park manages just about to keep it alive. Here's Miyazawa. Nilden will get there ahead of Park. Manchester United growing into the game, starting to assert their dominance. Anna Blundell staying really high for United, and here she is now.
Yeah, I think Blundell's always had that element to her game. She's a defender, she's a very attacking-minded defender, and has that ability to whip in some dangerous crosses. I'm sure she'll do that a lot today, looking to get forward and get involved in the attack, not just defend.
Jess Park scored the winner midweek against Juventus in Turin. Pretty special goal as well, and she's having a fantastic season at Manchester United since joining from City. Here's Rolfö, lays into the path of Ella Toom. Beautiful little through ball. Still United come Park. Back to Janssen, curling effort, it's only a whisker wide.
Yeah, real good effort there from Janssen, coming up from centre-back, and I think that just shows Manchester United's dominance, that the centre-back can pretty much get forward and get up to the edge of the box. But good initial defending there from Nildum. It just fell back to Jess Park, who lays it off to Janssen. I think she's done really well to hit it first time. I think Drew Spence has done well just to get across and stop that clear path onto goal. But yeah, real good strike there from Janssen. See what she's trying to do, just curl it into that bottom corner.
Tottenham determined to play out from the back, and United keen to press them in. Tottenham have exited at this stage in each of the last 3 seasons, so looking to do better this season, and they're having a really good season actually. Tottenham Hotspur, they've matched their total tally in the Barclays WSL from last season already at the halfway stage here. Rolfer tries to poke it into the path of Park.
I think both teams are quite evenly matched, aren't they? You saw that in the game last week, and obviously I think 1 point between them in the WSL. And like you say, I think Martin Ho's come in and done a really good job at Tottenham. He's got the players on side and playing some nice football. So yeah, really good to see him doing so well, and my former team doing so well.
Neville carries it up the pitch. Ella Toon, who looks like she's got a real energy this afternoon. Here is Blundell again, playing so high in that right side for Manchester United. Along by Kopp. Good hold up by Bethany England. Martha Thomas. This is good from Tottenham. Here comes Thomas. Lays it back. Chance here for Spurs. Great save by Tullis Joyce. Olivia Holt flying in. Really good goalkeeping from the United #1.
Yeah, crucial save. Thomas here does really well just to get there before Blundell, and I didn't know if Letitia was going to be able to get across, but Thomas has seen that pass, played it first time. Good touch there by Holt, but fantastic save from Tullis Joyce. I think Holt might be disappointed she didn't hit it more in the corner, but she was under a bit of pressure from the centre-backs there, but great save by Tullis Joyce, keeping her team in the game.
An entertaining first 13 minutes, both sides with good chances. That's probably the best chance so far of the game. And what can Tottenham do from the resulting corner? And it comes to that packed area out by United's captain Letitia. And behind it goes for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Olivia Holt, I've been really impressed with her this season. I think she's a great signing for Spurs. If they can try and get her on the ball as much as possible. She's contributed a lot of goals and assists this season already, and yeah, I think with her quality, that's why I'm surprised that she didn't took it away. But like I say, I think she did have a bit of pressure from the United defenders. But yeah, for me, the key player for Tottenham is her, and they should be looking to get her on the ball as much as possible.
She's already scored 2 goals in the League Cup for Tottenham in the group stage rounds. Here's Neville. Really nice combination with Vinberg. Manchester United progressed through each of their first 3 quarter-final ties in the League Cup, but they were eliminated by Manchester City at this stage last season. And this is the first time that they enter straight at the quarter-final level as the free kick goes against Hannah Blundell.
Yeah, good play there, and again from Holton, that sums her up. She's very good at receiving the ball on the turn under pressure and just driving her team forward, and she's done that again there. Nice little turn around Blundell, and just use her body to get across and try and find that little pass into Beth. But yeah, I think real key player, and definitely should be looking to get her on the ball. That dribbling and driving is, I've seen it already in previous games where that's where assists have come from. So yeah, real good play from her there.
And she's just standing in that offside position. We'll move back onside at the last moment. It must be so annoying as a defender having a player lingering in that position.
It's funny, I actually used to do that. I used to be the annoying one that would come back onside.
In it comes from Suman in towards Bethany England, heads it back across goal, out it goes. Breaks for Spence, whose volley takes a deflection, and Tottenham are in front. Manchester United didn't deal with it, and Drew Spence, the beneficiary. United 0, Tottenham 1.
Yeah, good strike there from Drew, just to get her foot over. It's quite a difficult technique to master when the ball's bouncing so high, but it's a nice little lofted ball in from Ev. Planned at the back post there for Beth to just knock across, and it's fell nicely to Spence. I think obviously got a little bit lucky with the deflection there. I think it was off Miyazawa, but you see that's a well-worked free kick there from Tottenham. They've worked on in training, and it's come off with a fantastic strike from Drew on the volley. Just kept her head over it. Nice solid technique, and yeah, great finish into the back of the net.
Well, for the second weekend in a row, Tottenham strike first here at Leigh Sports Village against Manchester United. Turland trying to hold it up. Blundell, United looking to react straight away. Trips away past a defender. Rolfo helps it out to her Swedish teammate Sandberg. And it goes for a Tottenham throw-in, but back to that goal, Keris Harrop.
Yeah,
Mark Skinner will be so unhappy with the way that Beth in England was completely unmarked.
Yeah, you can see him there. He's almost with his hand gestures, and he's obviously speaking to someone there probably about the goal. Yeah, really disappointing defending, especially with Beth. You know, Man United know her aerial threat after the goal she scored last week, and yeah, just left alone totally at the back for an easy header back across goal. So yeah, it'll be really disappointed with that. Something they'll probably talk about at half time. But yeah, you can't leave a player like Beth England alone just floating at the back, can you?
And so much of what Mark Skinner has built at United has been based on defensive stability, as Maya Letizia gets away with one there. But they have come a little bit unstuck in terms of their defensive solidity recently. They've conceded 3 goals or more in 4 of their last 6 games in all competitions. Bear in mind they have played the likes of Lyon and Wolfsburg and Manchester City, but is that a bit of a concern for United?
Yeah, definitely, you're absolutely right. And knowing Mark, obviously playing under him previously at Birmingham, that's something he really prides himself on, is that defensive stability first before the team then go on to attack and create chances. So yeah, you're right, you know, losing 5-2 to Wolfsburg, 3-0 to Man City, 3-0 to Lyon, obviously conceding the 3 goals against Spurs last week as well. You know, it's something that they definitely need to look at and address. Be interested whether they address it maybe in the January window, or just working, you know, with the players that he's got now.
Jess Park, ball across, finds Ella Toon. Still alive for a Toon, and gets the shot all wrong in the end.
Yeah, and she was off balance there, wasn't she? Swinging with her left foot, but great ball across there from Jess Park. I think maybe she might have been able to have struck it first time, but Drew Spence and Samanan there did enough just to put her off. But yeah, she'll be disappointed with that effort there of her left foot.
She likes playing against Tottenham. 4 goals and 2 assists in the last 10 appearances versus Spurs in all competitions. Ella Toon. And it must be a sense of deja vu for Manchester United fans, going a goal behind against Tottenham here. Well carried out by a young Japanese international. And it goes to Holt. Goal scorer Spence rides the challenge into Thomas. This is good from Tottenham, cut out though by Zigottiolma. Miyazawa finds Rolfer. Can't help it out to the far side. Here's the former Manchester United forward, Martha Thomas. And Tottenham knocking the ball around with a bit of confidence now they're a goal up.
Yep, I was just about to say they just needed that little bit of possession. They've started to get that a bit more since getting the goal. Yeah, some nice play, nice one-touch play, and even the last attack there before they lost it. It's good to see, Martha Thomas getting in those pockets, Olivia Holt. I think that's really important. If you can just drop off the United back line and pick up those pockets and then play those threaded balls through, I think that's going to help to unwind Man U, because generally, the likes of Letizia and Janssen, they can be quite solid, but maybe the goals they've conceded, the amount of goals this year hasn't maybe demonstrated that. But I think just getting in those pockets and trying to create, forward and progressive passes from there will work well for Tottenham.
It's worth remembering as well that Dominic Janssen played all of last season in central midfield for United. The centre-back partnership Mark Skinner's often preferred is Letizia and Turner. Turner's been out though since September with injury. Back on the bench now, and I wonder if she will come straight back in the new year, or whether he'll continue to play Janssen, as a free kick is given for a foul from Spence on Zigottiolma that the referee spotted. I must confess, I didn't see that off the ball. Harrop, as the yellow card goes out for Drew Spence. A bit formal there, calling you Harrop. Sorry, Keris Harrop.
No, I didn't see that one either. I'd be interested to see the replay, but the fact she's got a yellow card, it must have been something quite serious. I think Zigiotti might have been holding her neck. Maybe we go as ball comes across. I think Drew's just checking her shoulder, and yeah, he just pulled her back, hasn't she, by her neck, and stopped the running behind.
Well, eagle-eyed referee to spot that.
Knowing Drew, just trying to get away with a little cheeky one there, but the referee unfortunately saw that one.
And she's put her team in a bit of a difficult position, because this is a very useful spot for a free kick. Dominic Janssen has already scored a brilliant free kick this season for United. Deep in discussions with Sandberg. I suspect it will be the Dutch defender that'll take it there.
Yeah, they're both eyeing it up, aren't they, and chatting about it. I'd probably say better for a left footer here, so imagine Sandberg might be on this one, but we'll see.
Here's Sandberg, and it's wide. See what she was trying to do, put it in that top corner, the left-hand top corner, but didn't quite get it right.
Yeah, I think she's got some good power behind it, but almost a bit too much power that's took it over. But yeah, like you say, you can see what she was trying to do, but it was a good position there for United. I think they really need to try and make the most of those opportunities when they get free kicks in and around the box. They've certainly got the players to make the most of it.
Tottenham successfully play out from the back. England holds it up, back to Spence. United players really pressing high, buzzing around in that Tottenham half. Out by Blundell.
As much as it is risky play, I do like the confidence that Tottenham are having. They trust each other to play passes even under pressure, and certainly that pressure is coming from Man United. But I love to see that confidence in the team. I know from previous seasons when I was there that maybe might not have been there, but Martin obviously trusts the girls and they trust themselves to they're good footballers to be able to play out from the back even under pressure.
Are you comfortable playing out from the back? Would you just boot it long?
Well, back in the day, that was my old school defending. The game's different, isn't it? I think I said this on last week's game. It's very much a passing, possession-based game now. You don't see many balls going longer, do you? All those balls over the top, but it's just about playing the right pass and making the right decision. And I think sometimes if you are under quite heavy pressure, I think sometimes it is better to go long. But these players are training every day, and they're top quality players. So it's about that decision making ultimately in the right moments.
Here comes Toka Koga, 19-year-old centre-back, signed in the summer. But a player that's shown a real level of experience, actually, and composure since joining Spurs. Forward it goes by Kopp. Breaks for Blundell. Combines with Park. Cheeky nutmeg on Suminen. Here's Rolfer. And the free kick will go the way of Manchester United. I think Neville saying she got the ball there. She did get a lot of the player as well.
Yeah, that's Ash all over. She's not happy with that, as you can see. Been to the replay. She did get the ball, but maybe clipped Rolfo's ankle at the same time as well. Bit of a... She got the ball, didn't she? But maybe just the follow-through of her foot did catch Rolfo. So I think, yeah, she'll be hard done by. Feel hard done by there, Neville, with that one. But again, just with a dangerous position now, and Manchester United should really look to try and make the most of this.
Hinata Miyazawa just lurking on the edge of Spurs penalty box. As the Tottenham players organise, Suminen is pointing to the Japanese international, perhaps telling a teammate to go out and cover her. And it comes from Letitia, out by Neville at the near post. And off Wimberg.
I saw one there. That'll be a nice ball mark in the morning. Those are horrible ones where it hits you that hard that leaves an imprint on your body for a few days.
Especially on a cold day like this. In comes the corner. Oh, and it touches the top of the crossbar. Kopp was there, though. Rolfer. Just all the way back to Blundell. Not on the same wavelength as her teammates, and out it goes for a Tottenham goal kick. And I suspect manager Martin Ho for Tottenham will be feeling pretty pleased with how his side's performed so far.
Yep, especially these last 15 minutes. They've had more possession, but yeah, another crossbar. I think it is. The game it might be going the way it was last week. We've got an early goal, one crossbar already. We'll see if we get any more from United. But no, yeah, Martin Ho will definitely be pleased with the first half an hour and how his team's playing. I think they're keeping some good possession and trying to stifle Man United attack as much as they can.
Jess Park protesting her innocence there with the handball. Yeah, Manchester United hit the crossbar 4 times last weekend when they drew 3-3 with Spurs. That was a brilliant game. It really was. The highlights are just about 15 minutes long, the highlights. There's so much to put in it.
Yeah, no quality goals as well, weren't they? I think all the ones from Tottenham certainly were. Martha Thomas will be pleased with her finish. Beth England as well, the bullet header, and then Ella Toons was an interesting one, wasn't it? I thought she'd kind of flicked it at first, but I think she just did manage to wrap her foot around it and get off a good strike as well. So yeah, hopefully we're in for some more quality goals today.
Miyazawa back to Janssen, who helps it on to Letitia Janssen, a player that's won this competition twice with Arsenal in 2015 and 2018. Park chops away from Spence. Plays it through to Rolfo. Brilliant ball the outside of her foot. Across it goes, and Elizabeth Turlin couldn't latch onto it. Still alive with Blundell. In from Zagotti Olma. Fired in and well controlled by Toon. Here is Ella Toon again. And off it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, good chance there for United. And I think for United, they haven't used Rolfo enough, because whenever she gets on the ball and gets a bit of space, she shows real quality. And it's a great first time whip delivery and perfect ball as an attacker. Those are exactly the types of balls you want to try and get on the end of. And you can see Turlin's outstretched. She's really trying to do the most to get onto it, but just a little bit ahead of her. But yeah, I think for Man United, they need to start finding Rolf on this left a little bit more. I don't think they've included her in the game as much as they could have. She's a real threat down this left-hand side.
Here is the former Barcelona player. The ball in was a good one up by Spence. Park trying to bring it down, pokes it back to Blundell. Here is Jess Park again. Dispossessed though by Martha Thomas. Quarter of an hour to go. United behind. Drew Spencer's goal, the difference as things stand. Rolfer. United with plenty of possession of the ball, but they've not done too much with it. Well, in fact, they've got 1% or 50% United, so Tottenham with more of the ball. I'm surprised by that.
Yes, that's yeah, more of an even game than we thought. I think, like we said before, Tottenham these last 15-20 minutes have had a bit more possession.
And ahead of this game, Mark Skinner spoke about how his side has had to play a lot of games of football. They played midweek in the Champions League, away in Turin in Italy. Tottenham had the whole week to prepare for it, but he said, Mark Skinner, that he wanted to challenge his side to show that they've got the energy still. But first half, so far, Keres Harrop, Tottenham looking the more lively. United a little off the pace, perhaps?
I think, naturally, if they've had a game in midweek, it's the travelling that's involved in that as well. Getting back late, maybe not being able to recover and then even just prepare for the next game. So they've had to prepare for the game in midweek. So, yeah, I'll be surprised if we don't see some changes later on as well and some fresh legs just to give some other players an opportunity. Yeah, I think definitely Tottenham, you can see probably the bit more energy and spark in the game so far.
United with the corner. Lifted into a good position, and I think it was Zigotti Olma who got there. Didn't quite get enough on it.
Yeah, there's a perfect ball in there from Samba, right in the mixer. I think was it Zigotti? Yeah, she's gone for it. Good pressure there from Vinberg, just to do enough, and that's all you need to do as a defender. Try and challenge. If not, just get your body across and try and put them off in some way, and that's exactly what she did there to make sure Zigotti didn't get a clean contact on the ball.
The United fans getting a little irked at the time Tottenham are taking over their goal kicks. Although in all honesty, I don't think that's an egregious amount of time they took there.
Yeah, having played before at United, I know the United fans can be pretty relentless, can't they? And they can kick up a fuss pretty quick. And I think it's definitely something that when teams come to Man United, it's something they have to be aware of, that the crowd will get on their back, and they really do get behind United as a team. They're great fans in one aspect, but
here comes Elizabeth Turland for United. Goes for goal herself, and off the Tottenham player behind for the corner, but Ella Toon and Rolfo were options there.
Yeah, they were disappointed with that. It's quite a difficult one for Turland to try and score from there. She was great initially just to use her body to see off Claire Hunt, but yeah, I think the option was better just to play it to Toon. You can see she's disappointed, calling for the ball. I guess, yeah, at least she's won a corner for her team, but I think Toon or Rolfo could have been the better option there.
She was United's top goal scorer in the Barclays Women's Super League last season, Elizabeth Turland. United kissed the crossbar from their last corner. What can they do with this one? Then it comes. Again, it's down. Copper's there, and how has that gone wide? Tottenham escape conceding there. I don't really know how.
Yes. Good header back down from Zigotti, and I think Sandberg's just got something on it, but yeah, I'm surprised it didn't just fly in, but looks like it must have took a deflection to go out for a corner.
Here it comes again, dropped by Kopp and up by Toon off the crossbar. Tottenham clear. Another United corner, and Tottenham desperately defending, and it's the same story again this week. United hitting the crossbar multiple occasions.
Chaos in the box there, wasn't it? But great resilience and determination from Tottenham there. I think it's Nilden, is it? Yeah, just gets a head on it and knocks it off the bar. Drew just clears away from the chaos out for another corner.
Can United force this one in? 10 minutes to go till half-time. Sandberg lifts it in again, another good delivery, punch this time by Kopp, good strong goalkeeping. Back to Park. Sandberg's got that in-swinging corner delivery down to a T as it's played in, and Kopp will now collect.
Sandberg, technically, she's a gifted player who saw it with a couple of corners now and not too far away with a free kick. But always beneficial to have that left-footed player that can whip it in, an in-swinger. You know, not always just the right footers, but yeah, she's had a good start so far and definitely whipping in some good balls for the United players to try and get on the end of.
Really nicely worked out by Neville. Wimberg back to Spence, who finds Holt in a pocket of space. Away she goes. There's the Olivia Holt now, and nearly paid that ball out to the left to the spare player. Spurs still come, and a low volley. Not a bad effort actually from Martha Thomas.
Yeah, it's a difficult technique to hit it on the volley as it's dropping down, but again, some real nice play from Tottenham, just building out from the back. I said down that right-hand side, Neville, Beth England did really well to get it out, and again, nice driving play from Holt. She's really clever, you know, she always gets across the opposition, because if she gets the ball and dribbles, that's great, but if not, she'll draw a foul. But again, some good driving play from her, and yeah, good effort from Thomas, just dragging it wide a little bit.
United putting the pressure on, particularly from set pieces, trying to get back into this, but Tottenham look very dangerous when they move the ball through the thirds.
Yeah, I think in general play, I think Tottenham are definitely creating the better chances and just playing over all the nicer football. And as you mentioned, I think Man United, most of their opportunities have come from corners, free kicks, crosses, but yeah, I've been very impressed with Tottenham's play so far, especially building out from the back. As I mentioned earlier, they're definitely not scared and full of confidence to play it from the back, and they're creating some really nice chances.
Mark Skinner cutting a frustrated figure, sitting down on the side of the pitch. Forward it goes from Letitia. And Lisa Kopp will get there on the edge of her box. She's been pretty solid so far for Spurs in goal. There were a lot of questions ahead of this game from journalists to both managers about a rivalry, if there is a rivalry between United and Spurs, because obviously Martin Ho was assistant manager at United for a number of seasons. That 3-3, there's been a few other incidents over the years, one between Ella Toon and Sumanen. Do you think there's a bit of a rivalry here, or is that just made up by the media?
Yeah, obviously being a former Spurs player, I wouldn't say there was a particular rivalry. I think you know every game you want to go and be competitive, and there's always that physical element. And yeah, I definitely remember when I played, I remember there was quite a physical element between me and Nikita Paris when she was there. So I think it just comes naturally because both teams are very competitive and want to win. You mentioned about the obviously potential rivalry between Martin Ho and Mark Skinner. The reality is, they're probably good friends off the pitch, but yeah, both will want to win, having worked with each other before.
England plays it back, in it comes. And they greeted each other very warmly, actually, ahead of the game. Martin Ho and Mark Skinner in the tunnel. And in fact, when Skinner was asked about a rivalry ahead of this game, he said, no rivalry, just respect, really.
I think they complement each other well when they work together at United. I think Martin would have learnt a lot from Mark, but Mark also really benefited from Martin is, I believe he may have done most of the coaching on the grass. He's a very good technical coach and, you know, has a lot of detail and demands a lot from the players. So, yeah, I think, you know, ultimately they've both had a nice partnership in the past, which they've both benefited from.
Tottenham switch the corner taker. Good looking corner, and it's the foot of the post. Tissier left that thinking it was going wide, and fortunately for her it went off and out off the post, not in. Here's Koga. Brilliant threaded ball to Neville, whose touch just takes it out of play. You can see what she was trying to do.
Yeah, there's a lovely ball there from Koga. Perfectly weighted pass. Just took out a couple of players with that one pass, and yeah, I think Ash will be disappointed with that. She's done well to knock it past, but yeah, just a little bit too much pace for her. She'll be disappointed not to have tried to get across in there.
Here's Nilden. She started every game for Tottenham this season in all competitions. Key player for them. Holt twisting and turning. Eventually goes down, then referee happy with the level of physicality and the fairness of the challenge. Here's Suominen. Bethany England. Tottenham conscientious in keeping of the ball.
Yeah, some nice play there, just creating those little triangles. Ev, Samanen, Drew and Hunt, really effective just combination play there in the middle.
Ball across from Nilden. Overhit, but will be rescued by Neville. Wimberg now. And it's Tottenham who are applying the pressure now, and it comes. Headed clear as far as Wimberg. She lifts it back towards England, who won't be able to keep that in.
And it's important now that Tottenham just try and keep the lead going in at half-time. It's been a positive performance from them, and I'm sure Martin Howell and his coaching team will have plenty of positive things to say.
He doesn't have a whole lot of options in terms of players to bring on from the bench. They actually have quite a lot of injuries at the moment, Tottenham, as Turling can't get there ahead of Hunt. They are missing long-term absentees. Ella Morris, Bula, Jess Naz, of course, Meitea Roth. Also shorter-term injuries, Charlotte Grant, Tamberg, Ola Aitinen all out as well. So they haven't got a full bench. In fact, they've got fewer players on the bench than that which they're allowed.
Yeah, I think they've had difficulty with injuries this season, and yeah, you look at the bench, and these are all players that haven't maybe played many minutes. You know, Kit Graham, Lena Gunning-Williams, Raya Dennis as attacking options, but they haven't actually had many minutes at all. So, yeah, I think they're a bit light on the bench. Hopefully, you know, see some of the girls coming back, but there's some long-term injuries there on that list, isn't there?
Yeah, particularly Jess Naz, who suffered a serious knee injury. That was a real blow.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jess, obviously having previously been a teammate. I know she's done her ACL before and had to go through the whole process, but hopefully she'll come back stronger and be able to deal with it. But yeah, it would be nice to see players like Kit and Lena get some minutes, but I think with the game being so tight at the moment and both teams wanting to win, I'll be interested to see whether they do get some decent minutes or not.
Late flurry this from United, and it goes to Zigotti-Olma. Now would be a very opportune time to score. Rolfer. Tottenham defending well, getting all their spacing spot on to not allow the through balls from United, who have to pass around them rather than through them. That's nice into Toon. We're hearing there's going to be 1 minute of injury time on the end of the first half. Park combines with Sandberg, with plenty of red shirts to aim for in the penalty area. Up it goes, and fortunate the way it falls for Lisa Kopp.
Yeah, some nice combination play there down the left-hand side between Park and Sandberg, and yeah, just a bit of a lofted one. Pretty easy for the keeper and the Tottenham defenders to deal with when it's so lofted like that. If you prefer more of a whipped-in delivery in those instances.
Confirmation then of 60 seconds on the end of the first half for injury time, as Tissier is trying to get the ball back from United. Well, out of position now, though. It goes to Talis Joyce. Not much he could do about the Tottenham goal, really. The deflection evaded her. Cut out by the goal scorer, Drew Spence.
Yeah, you see the defending from Tottenham, it's very compact, making it really difficult for United to play through. And that's where United are getting the most joy out wide, isn't it? Through Rolfo and Sandberg, Blundell. So I've been to see whether that changes in the second half.
And there is the half-time whistle then. Drew Spence's goal on the 16th minute, the only goal of the game, as Tottenham lead Manchester United so far at the break here in this Subway League Cup quarter-final. Half-time then, Manchester United 0, Tottenham 1. Looks like neither manager has made any changes at the break then, so it's the same 11 that started for both sides as Tottenham get us back underway. They lead through that Drew Spence goal. And United pressing from the get-go. Tottenham, though, as they did in the first half, working it out well.
Yeah, some good initial pressure there from United. I think Kopp got away with that one, didn't she? It was a bit of a heavy touch and Turler nearly got there. But yeah, good pass from Hunch to get it out and release the pressure.
This game cannot be a draw. If it's level after the 90, we'll have extra time, and then if required, penalties. So they shared the points last weekend in the league. They cannot do so today. In terms of the other results, the path to the final is already laid out. The winner of this quarter-final will face the winner of Palace Arsenal. Arsenal currently beating Crystal Palace by a goal to nil. As Fridolin and Rolfo is happy to take the corner.
Yeah, good play again there from Rolfo, and I think Ash Neville just got caught on the wrong side of her, and I know Ash has got a lot of pace. I think Rolfo's got pace too, so just needs to be careful that she doesn't let Rolfo get on the wrong side. And we've already seen from the first half that she's a real attacking threat, isn't she, Rolfo, getting those balls into the box. So it's been will continue to be a good battle between those two down that left-hand side.
United were so effective in the first half from corners. They nearly scored on a couple of occasions. Can they go one better now? And it comes near post, and that is, let's call a spade, a poor delivery.
The commentator's curse there, wasn't it? As you said, about getting good deliveries in. It's glad to see Laetitia can try and see the funny side of it. Mark Skinner not so much.
United need a goal, or else they are heading out of the Subway League Cup. Plenty of time, though, still to do it, of course, as that time Tottenham's play from the back is not pristine. Here's Laetitia. She started every game for club and country since September. First name on the team sheet for Mark Skinner.
Yeah, I really rate Laetitia as a former centre-back myself. I think she's a fantastic player. She's got some really great qualities, you know, the willingness to defend, the technical ability as well. And as I say, that she gives the ball away. Another commentator's curse, but generally overall, yeah, I really think she's a real key player, not just for Man United, but also for England. Obviously, took the captaincy as well, so shows she's a leader even at such a young age.
Holt, fired out by Hinata Miyazawa. Ball deflecting off her in the first half to go into the back of the United goal. was heading goal bound though, so it's not a own goal for her. It's a Drew Spence goal. Here's Holt. Spence. Can't find the return pass. Rolfer now charging forward. On the turn had spotted the run of Ella Toon, and too much spin on the ball to take it behind for a goal kick. Ella Toon frustrated so far in this game.
Yeah, we haven't really mentioned her too much, have we, in terms of certainly going forward. But you can see what Rolfer was trying to do there. Good drive initially, just to get herself forward, and yeah, she just tried that little dink pass in behind for Toons. Definitely the right idea, but just a little bit too much on it. And yeah, I think Toons a bit of a frustrated figure. I don't think she's been in the game as much as she'd like.
She's been very influential for United this season. 5 assists in the BWSL for her. A couple of goals as well, as the flag goes up against Tottenham. Ella Toon is, of course, one of the United originals as well, been at the club since it reformed. Letitia. Tottenham content to sit in their defensive shape for the moment. And it was actually pretty effective, because the half-time stats showed that Manchester United actually haven't had a shot on target yet.
Surprising, I think another stat that surprised us there, but yeah, it's down to Tottenham being so well organised. You see, it's very difficult to break through. You know, if one player's going to defend like there, Simon, and then Drew's there to pick it up if she doesn't win it. So I think, yeah, defensively, Tottenham have probably been the most, or the better organised team so far in this game, really making it difficult for United to play through the middle, which is generally how they like to play.
A well-coached side, Tottenham Hotspur. Martin Ho having a very good season. And they've got reinforcements coming in January as well. Signe Gopset, the Norwegian forward, has signed a contract. She'll be joining Tottenham in January. That was a big recruitment win for them.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how she does. I think there's been a lot of talk about her being a good young player, but coming to the WSL is a different challenge, isn't it?
Well, Rolfo leaves Ashley Neville, and there is Jess Park, and she finds the bottom corner. Manchester United find the leveller. All about the work down the left-hand side from Fridolina Rolfo. She scored 2 against Spurs last weekend. This time she sets up Jess Park, and it's United 1, Tottenham 1.
Yeah, we said at the start of the game, didn't we, the impact that Rolfo's had. She had a really good first half, and in this first 5 minutes of the second half, proving effective once again. And it's good play from her. Jinked it past Ash Neville, and has that ability and awareness just to pull it back to Jess Park. I think Tottenham were disappointed that no one was picking her up. You can't leave a player like Jess Park free inside the box, but she does really well to get on the end of it. First time strike, use the power of the cross from Rolfo, and all she needs to do is just guide it down to that left-hand corner. Great goal and great finish there from Jess Park.
Game on. She scored the only goal of the game midweek against Juventus in the Champions League, Jess Park, and she's got the leveller here, meaning she's scored in every competition that United have played in so far this season.
Yes, Jess Park's been a great signing for United, hasn't she? We knew her quality anyway, coming from Man City, but settled in really well and been a real key player for Man United this season so far. And yeah, I think she's just on fire at the minute. She's full of confidence. She's got a cracking goal in the week against Juventus, and another top quality finish there today.
Here's Blundell. United now with that equalizer, looking a little more confident. Blundell's behind Thomas. Can't go beyond Nilden, though. She's been good so far on this, her first start since coming back from maternity leave. Blundell, plenty of energy.
Yeah, she's always been that high energy player, hasn't she? And like I mentioned before, not scared to bomb on and get forward. Yeah, good to see her kind of just coming back into it, really. It can be quite hard as a player when you haven't had as much game time as you'd like. I know she's been getting some minutes with the under-21s, but under-21s football is very different to WSL level football. But no, good to see her just coming back in at right back and slotting right in again.
Gives Manchester United a bit of depth because there's no Jade Riviere today. She missed midweek with a knock and wasn't fit enough to make the squad today either. So it's good that United have that experienced right back that they can just slot in if Riviere's not about.
Yeah, I think Riviere's a big loss for United, isn't she? She's a great player, very quick, loves the tackle, and also similar to Blundell, not scared to get forward. So I'm sure they'll be wanting to get her back on the pitch as soon as they can.
Tottenham trying to play through the United press. Holt gives it away. On back by Spence. And the through ball looking for Martha Thomas, whose run was blocked by Letitia to allow the ball to roll all the way through to Tullis Joyce.
Yeah, you can see what Holt was trying to do there, but I think sometimes you just need to be patient. I think the United back line were pretty set there, and Thomas wasn't necessarily going to beat Letitia or Janssen for pacing behind there. So I think when they win it in that middle to, well, certainly the Man United's half, just need to keep the ball a little bit more, try and keep possession and allow players to build up, the likes of Neilden and Ash Neville at full-back, and just give themselves a bit more chance to build as a team closer to United's goal.
Miyazawa. Jess Park on the half-turn, tripped, will get the free kick. And a yellow card out for Amanda Neilden. I thought, heard a few shouts of off from the Manchester United fans. I think that would be a little bit harsh.
Yeah, I think Neilden took one for the team there. Probably didn't necessarily need to make the challenge. There was other defenders in the way, but just tried to nick the ball off Jess Park, but she's got quick feet, good pace, and did well just to knock it forward and draw the foul there from Neilden.
Can United build on the momentum? They've started the second half really brightly, got the leveller. Good chance now. In the first half they had a free kick, similar position, a little closer to goal. The same two stood over it on that occasion, and a Sandberg shot wide. Well, Janssen take it this time, already scored a free kick this season for Manchester United. In a good position. Steps Dominique Janssen, goes for goal herself, and good goalkeeping, got down low, Kopp, and managed to smother it.
Yeah, it was a good effort there from Janssen. I didn't know she might go to the far right corner, but tried to go across and catch Kopp off guard, but in the end, pretty easy save for Kopp to make down to the right-hand side.
Spence fires it forward to Neilden. Spotted the run of Thomas, who surely is offside. The ball will go all the way through to Tullis Joyce, so it won't matter. We're hearing that Mark Skinner's about to make a change. Melvin Mallard preparing to come on for what sounds like Elizabeth Turland. Pretty handy player to bring on, Melvin Mallard. Here's Blundell, looking for the run of Rolfo. Good punch that from Kopp, which was right on the edge of our box as well, just inside it. Bit of a risky move, but smart goalkeeping actually in the end, perhaps.
Risky or smart, I'm not too sure. No, it was. She had to do something, didn't she? Because Rolfo was going to get there, and yeah, just lucky that she managed to get a fist on the ball and not anything else.
There is that change then. And on comes Melvin Mallard. 7 goals in all competitions for Manchester United this season. She's having a brilliant campaign. Not always been a starter at United under Mark Skinner, but this season she is very much the first choice.
I think we haven't mentioned Turland's name too much, have we, in the game so far? I think Tottenham have done well to keep her quiet, so I think she would be disappointed not to have been involved as much, but like you say, Mallard coming off the bench, a real great replacement for Turland. She's on fire and confident at the minute, so let's see if she can add to her goal scoring tally.
Letitia rides the challenge. Puts it out to Park, whose goal got Manchester United level. Nice combination with Ella Toon. Letitia back across goal. Thomas will try and play it out, and this is nice from Tottenham. Ella Toon down though, and the referee will stop play to check on the England international.
It's not looking good, is it? She's holding a hamstring, it looks like. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but yeah, when you do your hamstring, you kind of know straight away, and she's looking towards the bench and holding a hamstring.
Like she's got
too serious, but
it looks like she's got heavy strapping already actually on that left hamstring, so perhaps it's an existing issue which has flared up again. Fortunately for Manchester United, they have a good break off over Christmas before the WSL comes back in January. So if it is a minor hamstring injury, she might be all right for January, but you never know with hamstring injuries, do you?
And you're right, the fact she's got the strapping on already shows that there was a issue beforehand. As a player, you always want to play, but you know, sometimes is it worth the risk? But yeah, so she doesn't look very happy, does she? Looks a bit deflated and hobbling, so yeah, hopefully it's not as bad as it looks.
Looks like Nolsson will be the replacement. Not ideal for her. She's clearly not warmed up, so quickly getting some instruction. She was an unused sub versus Tottenham in the last time these sides played, Nolsson, but she played 90 against Juventus midweek. So when she comes to the game a little earlier than perhaps Mark Skinner intended. United fans will be hoping that that is a small injury which she can nurse back to full health over the Christmas break. So United playing with 10 players while they wait for that change to be made. And they've got some really big games after Christmas, actually. They start the new year away at Arsenal in the WSL, that on the 10th of January. They will want Ella Toon back for that game.
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? Coming back after the Christmas break, straight into Arsenal away. But we were speaking earlier, weren't we, about Arsenal? They've had a bit of a mixed season, haven't they? They've found form recently, but really, I was watching them last week. They haven't been as clinical or really seeing games off as much as last year, so maybe a good time to actually play them after Christmas as well, when people had a bit of a break.
Bit of a lull in the game after that injury. Put away by Zigotti Olma. Here is that change then. Lisa Nolsson coming on into the midfield. Less of a natural attacking player than Ella Toon, I would say. Spurs also readying Gunning Williams as well to come on. Here's Tokukoga, teenage defender. Up to Thomas, can't take it with her. Earlier this week, it was announced that the final will be at Ashton Gate for the Subway League Cup. And that final will be on 14th, 15th of March, one of those dates. Here's that change then for Tottenham. Martha Thomas makes way, unable to score as she did last weekend against her former side. And on comes England under-23s player, Gunning Williams.
Number 18, Lena Williams.
Nice to see Lena Gunning Williams play. She was still is a youngster, but was a youngster when I was there, and I haven't seen too much of her recently. I think it's really difficult, isn't it, for the youngsters these days to break into even into the squad, let alone the starting 11 for these WSL teams. So a good opportunity for her now to get a little run out and see if she can make an impact.
She made her debut for Tottenham in this competition 3 years ago. Scored in that game as well against Coventry in the League Cup.
I think I played in that game, from what I can remember. Pretty sure I did.
Free kick. Her first action is to give away a foul. A little clumsy.
Yeah, a bit of a clumsy one there. And again, I think it just relates to the amount of game time, maybe a little bit rusty, and just little challenges like that. You can tell, and obviously good position now for Man United to try and make the most of this opportunity.
And in terms of squad depth as well, we touched on it earlier, but United able to bring on Champions League winner Melvin Mellard. Tottenham bringing on Gunning Williams. No disrespect for her, but she's a youngster with far less pedigree, so that there's kind of levels to the depth of squad. And obviously, as also mentioned, Tottenham have those injury issues. In comes the United set piece, back across by Rolfo, and over it goes by Dominique Janssen. Perhaps should have kept that down.
Yeah, I think she'll be disappointed with that one. You could tell from head in her hands. I think it was a good ball, and again similar to the Beth England one earlier. Just Rolfo, has knocked it back, and yeah, Janssen didn't quite get over it. Just leaning back a bit off balance. I think she'll be disappointed that she didn't at least get that effort on target.
Tottenham will play out from the back. Won by Laetitia. Here's Park, United's goal scorer. Strongly challenged, but fairly challenged. Miyazawa now. Ashley Neville cutting out just before Rolfo could get there. Here comes the Swedish forward though, ball across. Behind for a corner.
Yeah, again, another dangerous ball there from Rolfo. Hunt, was it, tried to clear it away, but come off her teammate Kogan out for a corner. And I think this is a lot of set pieces now, isn't it, that Man United have had a lot of corners. They've really got to try and make the most of one of these and get the bodies forward and try and finish one of these off. They've had a decent number of set piece opportunities this game.
Laetitia to take this one. Players packed in the 6-yard box. Fired away by England. And Laetitia takes control of that situation. Here's Nilsson, the substitute. Not quite the thriller of last weekend in the league, but pretty tightly contested, entertaining game between two sides that are pretty evenly matched, Keris.
Yeah, I think I was only thinking it myself. We haven't had too much to commentate on, have we, in this second half, certainly compared to the first half, but they both cancel each other out. Tottenham especially with their compactness in defence, making it difficult for United to create real clear-cut chances. Be interested to see whether they change tactic for the last 20 minutes and try and go for the win, because
Mallard finds Rolfo, shrugs off the challenge, still going, strong hand from Kopp, pushes it behind for another Manchester United corner.
Yeah, good opportunity there. Again, Rolfo, real danger player this game. Claire just kind of dwelled on it a little bit too long, and Mallard did well just to nick it off her, and tight angle. Difficult one for her to beat Kopp there, but she won a corner for her team.
She is such a good player, an inspired signing in the summer after leaving Barcelona. Won it all there with the Spanish Giants. Great to see her in the Women's Super League. Sandberg. Sit in, and it evades everybody in the penalty area and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, again, another great ball there by Sandberg. Exactly where her teammates want it, but no one attacking it. And this is where I wonder if, you know, someone like Rach Williams might be bought on. You know, those kind of balls are perfect for a player like her, and we've already mentioned that's where Man United are getting a lot of joy, isn't it? From corners, free kicks, crosses. So for me, you know, a game like this is calling out for someone like Rach Williams to come off the bench and get her head on the end of it.
Break in play then as Tottenham's goalkeeper Lisa Kopp gets the physios on. A chance for both teams to get some tactics, and we see this quite a lot in the Barclays Women's Super League and in the League Cup. Obviously, goalkeepers can't go off the field of play before coming back on like outfield players. Bit of an opportunity to have a bit of a tactical reset. Or am I being too cynical?
I think you're spot on. Let's have a look. Is there anything here? No, definitely nothing there that would have triggered something wrong with her arm. But yeah, I think it's probably a tactical one there, isn't it? I think both teams want to, well, certainly if it's from Tottenham's point of view, want to get some information across. But Man United will benefit from the break in play as well, and Mark will be able to get some information on too.
Final 20 minutes then, all square, but we must have a winner today in this quarter-final. Extra time and penalties await us if it's level after the 90. And if you had to call it, Karis Harrop, which way would you say you think it's going to go?
It's a difficult one. I think certainly the second half, Man United have had more of the possession and more of the chances, haven't they? So I might call it in United's favour. But Tottenham are, you know, defending well. They've been resilient with their defending, and all it takes is one break in play or one opportunity to go ahead. So it could go either way, but just based on the second half, it's looking more likely it might be United.
Back underway then. Well, Tottenham tweak their approach. They've been a little defensive in the second half. Kopp sends it long on that occasion, comes straight back towards her though as Hunt headers it back into her path. Mallard pressing. Mallard. Trying to work space for the shot. Nolsund. Well cut out by Gunning-Williams. Back though to Blundell. In from Letitia towards the back post, and too much on it for Rolfo, who was lurking at the back stick.
Yeah, it's a good ball in, but just a little bit too much on it. I think it's Ash Neville there at the back post that's done well just to, again, bit of a nudge, but yeah, I don't think Rolfo was getting there anyway, just a little bit too much on it. United there just need to be patient in possession. I know it can get frustrating when you have a lot of possession and you don't feel like any clear-cut chances are coming, but they're just booting the ball long and wasting possession there is not working either. So just need to try and stay a little bit more patient. You know, if Tottenham keep chasing the ball, the players are going to get tired, and that's when the spaces open up and more likely for United to create chances there when the maybe lack of concentration or tiredness from Tottenham, because they've been doing a lot of chasing the ball, haven't they, this second half.
And here come United. Space for Lisa Nolsund on this right-hand side. Ball across though, blocked by Nilden. Miyazawa nicks it back. Here's Fridolina Rolfo, got a brace last weekend against Spurs in the league. Blocked on that occasion by Drew Spence. And that will be a free kick for Tottenham A foul by Blundell on Olivia Holt.
Yeah, I think Tottenham just need to use this time now just to waste a bit of time, try and get back some possession of the ball. It's been quite a dominant display by United so far in the second half, so just need to try and calm things down, take the momentum away from United and just keep the ball a little bit.
Ashley Neville out on that far touchline. Good pressing from Miyazawa. United want to get going. Back to Janssen. Letitia carries it forward. Brilliant ball for Hannah Blundell. Her ball across, blocked by Tokakoga and just bounced off Zigotti on. I'm not sure that counts as a shot, but comfortable for Lisa Kopp.
Yeah, great threaded through ball there from Letitia. I think Blundell potentially should have pulled it back. I think there was Mallard waiting on the edge, a similar position to the last goal where Rolfo pulled it back to Jess Park. I think Hannah Blundell, better option might have been to pull it to Mallard. She was waiting on the edge, but still managed to find Zigotti. Yeah, I think the better option in that instance might have been just to pull it back for a shot on goal.
Ashley Neville, space out on this far side. There's a nice 1-2. Space for Nilden out on the left if Spurs can work it out there. Here's Hunt. Better moment this from Tottenham, able to hold on to the ball. Work it out to Neville again. You know how good she is at delivering the ball. In it comes and collected at the back post by Nilden, and that's poor from her.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that one, but good run and ball initially from Neville. Found Nilden there at the back post, but yeah, just needed to stay composed, take a touch. It was a good opportunity for her to get a ball back into the box. So yeah, I think she'll be disappointed with that she just rushed it. Needed to take the touch there.
Final quarter of an hour then. Will we have a winner in normal time? Or are we heading for extra time? In the other quarter-finals in this competition, still Arsenal 1, Palace 0. Liverpool are trailing 5-0 to Chelsea, and Manchester City beating West Ham United by 4-1. So one semi-final is looking strongly like it's going to be Chelsea-Manchester City, and the other one, well, one of these sides against either Arsenal or Crystal Palace. Good work from Beth in England, kept it in just about, or did she? No, the assistant's flag is up.
Yeah, just run out of play there. Could be a little cheeky one, but I think, yeah, just not quite quick enough, Letitia. I think notes are there at first, and yeah, unfortunately just run out. Joyce makes a good save, just in case.
That's all it takes, though, for Tottenham. One opportunity, get the goal, and they could be into the semi-final. Here they come again here. Wimberg. One by Neville in the air. Here's Holt. United fans trying to urge their side forward. Tottenham very calm, level-headed. And England forced backwards.
It's the first spell of possession we've seen Tottenham have in a long time, but when they do have it, they're effective at keeping the ball. Just need to try and progress up the pitch with it a little bit more. I think the longer you keep trying to keep possession in your own half, that's when the increased risk of United nicking it could happen. But good composure from them in their own half.
Headed out by Blundell, and I wonder if that's what Martin Ho said to his players when his goalkeeper went down and he had that chance to speak to them. After that, they've really taken care of the ball. Tissier finds Norsund. Miyazawa runs away from Hunt, blocked by Drew Spence.
I think Drew's had a good game defensively as well. I think she's broke up the play quite a lot, and the club will be pleased. I saw she got a new contract last week, I believe it was, so really pleasing for her to see that the club really value her and want her to commit for further years. So yeah, I think she's had a good season so far, and definitely a pivotal player for Spurs so far this season.
Player that's won this competition as well on 2 occasions with Chelsea. Mallard fouled by England. Yeah, she's become a central piece of the puzzle for Tottenham in that midfield. Won it all at Chelsea. Spent a long time under Emma Hayes there. Won it all domestically, that is. Chelsea, of course, haven't won the Women's Champions League.
I think this is the year for them to do it, or?
Into the final 10 minutes then of the Subway League Cup. All level. We will have a winner today, though. Sandbergs delivers it, back post. Rolfo couldn't guide it past Kopp. Big hand from the goalkeeper. Another corner for Manchester United.
Yeah, that's a great save there from Kopp. Really good whipped-in ball there from Sandberg, and again, Rolfo at the back post. We said her name the most today in terms of that attacking threat, but I think Kopp's just made herself big. She didn't know too much about it, but has done enough there just to block it and make sure it didn't go in. So yeah, real vital, crucial save there from Kopp.
Another Manchester United corner. Sandberg again puts it in that position. Out it goes by the Tottenham defender. Miyazawa. Blocked by Gunning Williams. And United will take another corner. She's been so good, Sandberg, at those deliveries, just putting it right in that 6-yard box in a central position, right on top of the big group of players.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your set-piece deliveries, especially because Man United are just compressing all their players in and around the keeper, so exactly where you want us to put the ball.
This time it's lifted towards the back post. Tottenham clearing so far as Jess Park, who goes from range, and she produced something spectacular midweek against Juventus, but that was not of the same quality.
No, she's definitely got the potential to do that, though. You can see what she's trying to do, just get it down. Yeah, it just leans back a little bit. Disappointed for her normal standards, but
Substitution for Tottenham Hotspur.
Change then for Tottenham.
Number 11, Olivia Holt.
Off comes Olivia Holt.
Number 13, Araya Dennis.
On comes Dennis, 19-year-old midfielder. Played with the England under-19s over the summer. Big moment for her, opportunity for her to show what she's all about.
yeah, Martin Ho's definitely not scared to bring on the youngsters, is he? I think these kind of games in the League Cup are a good opportunity for young players like Lena Gunning-Williams and Araya Dennis just to prove themselves and see how they do against top opposition like Man United.
Time running out. We will have extra time and penalties if there's not a winner in the 90. As was the case last week, nothing between these sides. Here's Sandberg. Dennis clears, but back it goes to Sandberg. Park, United's goal scorer. Miyazawa. Hannah Blundell lifts it into Mallard. Norson can't get the flick on. Nilden finds Gunning-Williams, who's brought down by Blundell.
Yeah, Lennon did well there just to get that touch out and draw the foul, and again just an opportunity for Tottenham to try and relieve some pressure, but good little dinked in ball initially from Blundell, and Mallard's done well to rise above and knock it on. Claire Hunt's done well there just to get her body in the way, hasn't she? Could have been a good opportunity there for Nilsson, but Hunt's done well just to make sure it wasn't an easy contact for her in the box.
United clear for now. Good play from Sumanen, just about holding on to possession. Chelsea are beating Liverpool 7-1 in one of the other quarter-finals. Man City winning 5-1 still. Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. Might there be a twist in that match? Crystal Palace, the only WSL 2 side still in Subway League Cup for now. Into the final 5 minutes here then, the only quarter-final that's level. Good turn from Dennis. Gunning-Williams had made the run, but couldn't be picked out. Here's Mallard. She'll run at Neville. Still going, the French woman. Ball across, brilliant finish! That is Friedlina Rolfo haunting Tottenham again. She got 2 last weekend in the league. And she gets the goal here, which might just send Manchester United into the semi-finals. Manchester United 2, Tottenham 1.
Yeah, fantastic finish there from Rolfo, exactly what she deserves. She's definitely been player of the match in my eyes today, but really good initial play there from Mallard, just jinking, making it difficult for Neville, and very similar goal to the first one, just getting to the byline, using the pace of the cross, and Rolfo's just guided it in. Got a fantastic finish there, kept her head over it, yeah, slammed it right into that bottom right-hand corner. Lise Kopp had no chance, but yeah, fully deserved goal there for Rolfo. She's definitely been my player of the match today, and really nice for her to top it off with a goal and potentially the winner for Manchester United.
She loves a goal against Tottenham, and she's put her side 1 foot into the semi-final.
Yeah, she's been a great signing, hasn't she, for Manchester United. We spoke about Jess Park being a real key signing, but I think Rolfo as well. You know, the impact she's had with assists and goals, making a real contribution for United.
She's scored now in every competition for United. 2 in the Barclays Women's Super League. Some key goals in the Champions League, and now 1 in the League Cup. Can Spurs find a late leveller themselves? Nilden, ball in, blocked. Actually, Neville is there, not in an offside position. Breaks for Drew Spence, similar position to where she scored in the first half, but this time it's clutched close to the chest of Tullis Joyce.
Yeah, good counter from Tottenham, trying to get back into the game early. I think the players are calling for an offside for Ash Neville, I think because the deflection came off a United player. Doesn't class as offside, and yeah, Drew's done well just to try and get over it, just not generating as much power as she did for the goal, but good opportunity there for Spurs.
Well, you did call it, Keris Harrop. I asked you which side you thought would go on and win it, and looks like Manchester United might have done just what you said. Still time though. Here's Gunning-Williams. Out comes Tullis Joyce. No hesitation, no worries, and she knocks it out.
I think United have definitely dominated this second half, haven't they? Tottenham have had periods of possession, but definitely haven't had as many clear-cut chances as United have. So I think based on this second half, United are deserving leaders at the minute.
United get the free kick. Dennis fouling Zigotti Olma.
I saw one on the toe. They always feel worse in the cold weather. I think Tottenham feel a bit hard done by there. Dennis has, kind of got the ball, but got the player too. But yeah, there'll be a sore one, maybe a bruised toe in the morning.
Into the final 60 seconds then. United losing by 2-1. We're hearing that United are going to make a goalkeeping change. Semi Awujo also warming up. United will not be changing their goalkeeper. That was information that we gathered which was wrong.
That's a risky move so late into the game.
Rolfer. Her goal, as things stand, sending United into the semi-final. 6 minutes of injury time at the end of the 90. Sandberg. Dennis for company. Throw-in goes the way of Tottenham.
And still plenty of time for Tottenham to get back into this. It's important that United stay switched on and don't do anything sloppy in these final few minutes.
Here comes Semi Awujo then. On for Hannah Blundell, her first start back. She returned from maternity leave. She's been really good for United. And on comes Awujo just to shore things up for the Reds.
Yeah, it's good to see Blundell back on the pitch, pretty much getting a full 90 under her belt, so she'll be pleased. I think the fans are pleased to see her back as well and giving her rightly a big round of applause as she walks off the pitch.
Back to Tullis-Joyce. Tottenham the ones who are chasing the game now. Park. Not in a rush to go anywhere. Here's the substitute Awujo. Nice little trickery from Jess Park. And we'll just take it to the corner and we'll be happy enough with the throw-in.
Thought she might go for number 3, but being clever, I think, based off last week, they just want to make sure they secure the win, so sometimes playing safe in the corner's the right thing to do.
That goes out for a goal kick, and Mark Skinner did speak about how much respect he's got for Martin Ho and the job he's doing at Spurs, and I think that's what you're seeing there with United taking the ball to the corner. They're worried about Spurs. It's not a comfortable victory, this, for them. And here come Tottenham. Can't get it through to Gunning-Williams. Here's Awujo. She fires it forward and then felt she was fouled. Referee disagrees. Final 3 minutes. Tottenham have sent players forward here. Neville into Wimberg. And United win the throw-in.
Yeah, they'll definitely take their time with this one. Sandberg's in no rush to take the throw-in, just play over socks a little bit longer, kill 2 seconds.
Elsewhere, Arsenal have a second against Crystal Palace in injury time, so it's looking like the quarter-finals are going to be Chelsea, Manchester City and Manchester United, Arsenal, if United can see this out. Tottenham have 2 minutes to find the leveller and send us into extra time. Here's Hunt, Suminen now. Drew Spence, the scorer of Tottenham's goal. Dennis, the young substitute. Nice idea, but good defensive positioning from Melvin Mallard. Nice from Neville. In comes the ball and side netting. With an ironic cheer from the Manchester United fans. They're sensing their side have found the winning formula today.
I think that was the last opportunity there for Tottenham to try and get some kind of opportunity on goal. Hunt will be disappointed with that one, that she didn't manage to get it in the box.
Mallard. Dispossessed. Forward it goes looking for England, but Janssen is there, and smart play from the experienced centre-back, although Tottenham have a throw-in now. Can they get it into the penalty area? Suminen, Spence. Suminen. He'd spotted the run of Gunning Williams, but the ball cut out. Spence, great challenge from Awujo. Surely that hit a Tottenham arm. And a free kick for Manchester United.
Yeah, big tackle that was from Awujo. Drew Spence was running through, but good to see United working right to the end, just getting those big tackles in, and now they've won a foul just to buy them a little bit of time, but they'll definitely end up going in the corner. Janssen will just try and hit it up in the corner as far as she can, just to see out the game.
Tottenham fire it forward to England. Over by Spence, and here's Gunning Williams. But there too is Agoti Olma, who just about prevents the corner. And that's it. Manchester United are into the League Cup semi-final. Mark Skinner's side were frustrated by Tottenham last weekend in the league, but this time out they complete the comeback. Coming from a goal behind to win by 2-1. Jess Park and Rolfo, the key goal scorers for Manchester United. And United will be playing Arsenal in the semi-final of the Subway League Cup. Final thoughts from you, Keris Harrop?
Yeah, I think United were the deserved winners overall. I think the difference between the two teams was Rolfo. I think she had an excellent game today down that left-hand side, but then also drifting out centrally into the right too. But yeah, I think overall the team that deserved to win won the game, and it'll be to see how the semi-final against Arsenal should be a good contest.
Full-time score here at Leigh Sports Village. Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Manchester United finish 2025 on a high. They had to come from behind, but Fridolina Rolfo with the winning goal on the 86th minute. As for Tottenham, they went toe-to-toe with Manchester United, as they did last weekend, but this time they couldn't hold on and take the game into extra time.
In our last home game of the year. We look forward to seeing you in the new year, and we wish you all a Merry Christmas and a safe journey home today as well. Thank you.
Good performance from Manchester United after playing midweek. Different game to the one last weekend, less open, but his side got the job done.
Yeah, they'll definitely be glad to have got the job done in 90 minutes as well. As you say, having the game in the week against Juventus, away, you know, all the travel. There've been some tired legs on the pitch, so yeah, I think they'll be very, very grateful that Rolfo was able to finish off and get the win in the 90 minutes, and they can, you know, go into the Christmas break happy with how the last, you know, few weeks have gone, certainly in the Champions League and the League Cup, and look forward to hitting the ground running again in the new year in the league.
Tough one to take for Tottenham, who've been so good in the League Cup so far ahead of this. They hadn't conceded a goal, really good in the group stages, but came in stuck against a Manchester United side. First half they were brilliant. Drew Spence getting the goal on the 16th minute, but second half they faded away a little bit.
Yeah, I think they weren't as dominant, or didn't have as much possession in the second half as they did in the first half. And again, the curse of the quarter-final strikes for Tottenham, not making it past the quarter-final stage again. But overall, you know, they defended really well. They put their bodies on the line. I think Martin Ho will be happy with the overall performance, but ultimately, as I mentioned earlier, the quality of Rolfo was the difference today between the two teams.
And Skinner was asked ahead of this game about whether there's a rivalry. Well, whether or not there is one, he's got one over on his former colleague Martin Ho, and he'll be chuffed about that. And let's hear from Fridolina Rolfo now.
Frida, congratulations, a big win to close out the year. Just how nice was that to finish an excellent week on a positive?
It feels fantastic. We have been having many games lately, so it feels good to end this way before Christmas.
In terms of this week, it's been busy, you've been away in Europe, but to now be through in another competition and be firing on all cylinders in pretty much all competitions, you must be very happy with how it's going.
Yeah, definitely. This was our goal, to stay in all competitions, and we've been doing great results, and now we're in all of them.
Talk to me about the goal, to score with a winning goal right at the end of the game. That's obviously a really nice feeling for any player.
No, it's a great feeling. I was waiting for it. I know Melvin, she's great with the ball, and she did those back and forth, and then I was just waiting till the ball got in the box, and she knows where I like to get it, and she was putting it right on my foot, so it was easy to just tap it in.
The game against Tottenham not too long ago was tough. This one was tough as well, so how nice is it to get the victory this time rather than a draw?
It feels great. Like, this was what we wanted. We knew that we did a great performance. We created a lot of chances, but we wanted to score as well. And yeah, today we're winning, and it's enough, even if we had chances to score more goals. But it was a good performance, and I hope we can continue like this next year.
You'll play Arsenal in the semi-finals, but when you get to the later stages of a competition, you know that every opponent is going to be tough. How much are you and the players looking forward to that challenge?
No, it's those games you want to play, you know, the toughest ones. It's many of them here in England, so I mean, every game is tough, but of course you want to play the top teams and see on which level you are. And yeah, we tied against Arsenal in the league, so now we're looking forward to play them in both the league and the cup as well.
Congratulations, well done today.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you.
Let's take a look at the highlights then, as Manchester United beat Tottenham in the quarter-final of the Subway League Cup. Tottenham got things going on the 16th minute. A really well-worked set-piece routine finished off by Drew Spence. A bit of luck as the ball went off Miyazawa.
Yeah, she had a good game, Drew, and nice for her to get that finished. As we said, leaving Beth England free in the box is never a good idea, but Drew's done well just to knock it down, and the touch from off Miyazawa has definitely helped. A good strike regardless.
Second half, United trying to get back into the game, and Fridolina Rolfo was at the heart of all the good stuff that United did. Her cutback finding Jess Park free in the penalty area, who finished into the bottom corner to level things up.
Yeah, great play there from Rolfo, just chopping, turning, making it difficult for Ash Neville, and she's done really well just to get her head up and have that awareness to see Jess Park coming in the edge of the box. And yeah, fantastic finish from Jess, just needs to guide it in, and that's exactly what she did.
And second half, it was all Manchester United pushing for the winner. Substitute Melvin Mallard's ball across, met by Rolfo, who scores in successive games against Tottenham Hotspur to put Manchester United in front.
Yeah, again, very similar goal to the last one. I think whenever you get to the byline, that ball back is just the perfect position to play it, and there's always good, hopefully should be a striker there waiting, and fortunate for the United, it was Rolfo who was there waiting, I think full of confidence after not just a great performance in this game, but good performance against Tottenham last week, and yeah, topped off a real good performance for her with that well-deserved goal today.